I'd like to introduce Nina Packebush, a 2012 Fellow in Young Adult Fiction.
First, I'd like to give a trigger warning because I talk about suicide and cutting in this. So this is from my young adult novel, and the protagonist is a 16-year-old girl whose girlfriend has just committed suicide. You know how everyone makes cutting all
Can you
romantic
talk
and shit?
into the mic more directly?
Does this sound better?
Yeah.
You know how everyone makes cutting all romantic and shit? How it's all the rage these days? Like cutters go into their room, light a bunch of candles, and put on emo music and sob as they slice their arms. Well, it's not like that at all. At least not for me. It's more like frantically needing a cigarette or something. I don't smoke, so I'm mostly just guessing on that. But my dad smokes, and I've witnessed a few nick fits firsthand. Back in the day when my dad still lived with us, if he got even slightly stressed out, he couldn't seem to go more than 10 minutes without needing to have a cigarette. Sometimes I wonder if my dad didn't smoke, if he actually might have spent time with us, instead of always being out on the front porch with the smokes and his Coors Light. Having witnessed my dad, I think needing to cut is sort of like having a nick fit. When things in my brain would get out of control, I'd go home, lock the door, grab the razor blade from my top nightstand drawer, and put a lighter to it, or hold it over my Virgin Mary candle. I have a ton of Virgin Mary candles, because my mom is all about Mary. She loves to point out that Jesus was born to an unwed teenage mother. But back to cutting. I like the blades really hot when I cut into my skin. I love the way the blade would sort of sear my skin like a steak in a fry pan before it would break through to the blood. It hurt so bad that sometimes I would bite a hole right in my lip. As soon as I felt my skin sear, my mind would sort of melt into this really peaceful calm. I guess it's sort of like when you have an infected finger and it hurts so much you think you're going to die, and then you jab it with a needle, which hurts so bad you almost throw up, but then the pus runs out and suddenly it's like the best feeling in the world. So good you almost want your finger to get infected all over again, just so you can stick that needle in one more time. Cutting is like that, only instead of pus oozing out of you, it's like that acid feeling that sits in your guts and reminds you just how terrible the world really is. After I cut, the world always seems a little easier to live in. Grace said she started cutting when she was 13 because she thought it might be better than killing herself. See, her mom killed herself when Gray was only 11 years old. She said her mom wrote her a note, but she never even got to see it. She didn't even get to go to the funeral, and all she had of her mom was one picture and a few things she hid. Her dad threw everything else away. When she told me about her mom, I felt pretty stupid for cutting just to be like her. I mean, she had a really valid reason to cut herself, and here I was, some dumb kid that started doing it just to be cool like her. I feel like I have good reasons to cut now, but the reasons still aren't as good as the reasons Gray had. I guess one day after Gray left for school, her mom walked down to the train tracks behind the Bargain Basket grocery store. Gray heard rumors later that her mom stood for a while on the edge of the tracks, picked up a handful of city dandelion flowers, and then when the train came by, she just walked out in front of it. Gray came home from school and her dad was sitting on the couch drinking canned beers. He just looked